Wisconsin and USC. It still takes some getting used to. And here we go for the Coliseum. And Branch has to let that one go deep in the end zone. And the Trojans will bring it out to the 25. Our lineups are presented by Wayfair. And the guy we talked about will lead them out, number 7. Last week, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. 3-1 record as a starter. Back up to Caleb Williams. He hung around. He's got his opportunity, and now he's the man.
I always say this. It's better to play 2 years late than 1 year early, and he's ready when he gets his chance.
Boy, we have a face mask right off the bat.
Kitchen team number 4. 15-yard penalty from the touchback spot. First down.
What did I say? Clean game?
It's not clean.
Well, how do you get a face mask on a kickoff that isn't even returnable? Well, there you see it right there. That's how you do it.
You talk about great starting field position.
That's a silly play. It's a selfish play to do that to your football team.
So Curtis picks up 15 and the helmet comes off.
And that's a great call. Curtis, the transfer from USC, way too aggressive to start the game.
Yep.
I know you're fired up, but you still have to help your team by making good decisions.
So the opening snap for the Trojans at their own 40. Woody Marks is the tailback with Miller Moss in the shotgun. Moss to throw on first down. Zips it out complete. At a first down throw. Jacoby Lane. And just like that, a pickup of 13.
Unless you asked me what Wisconsin had to do, tough, clean football, what USC has to do is make the easy play. I mean, if it's there, pitch and catch it. And I'm looking for, if I'm that offensive line, give Miller Moss 1 more second than he got last week.
Boy, he got knocked around, but he got up every time and still had a great game. So what a start already in Badger territory for the Trojans at the 46-yard line. Fake to Marks, the throw to the outside. This one's complete again to Kobe Lane.
I think he dropped it at the end of that play.
Here's the offensive lineup. The tackles for USC had a little trouble with the Michigan edge rushers a week ago. So we'll keep our eye on them. Woody Marks, great game, both on the ground and as a receiver last week in the loss to the Wolverines.
Yeah, and how about that effort play to steal the fumble in that game?
Absolutely. Forgot about that one. As Gary said, pass was dropped, so second down at 10 at the 46. This is Marks. And nice cutback run.
That was the second consecutive counter play that USC ran. The first time there was an RPO and Moss threw off it.
Kurt Neal made the stop for the Badgers defense. That looks like this. Lowry and Peterson the edge. Neal who just made that tackle. Linebacking court. Tackett Curtis a bad penalty on the opening kick back where he started his career at USC. 2 really good guys in the secondary. Safety in a corner. The leaders for the Badgers back there.
Another penalty by Wisconsin.
Free play, deep ball, just overshot his receiver. Might have been a penalty at the end of that one, too. Getting tangled up with Branch.
Good thinking by Miller Moss. Again, a guy who hasn't played a lot of football.
Number 7.
He's really aware.
Penalty. Third down.
He knew he had the free shot. He went for the home run. It was, what, a yard too long. That's a good throw.
The jump by Thomas into the neutral zone is the penalty. At the end of the play, that close.
Yeah, I think if you're calling plays for Lincoln Riley, it's probably 4-down territory right here, don't you think, if they don't make it?
I would think 3rd down and 2 is all they need. And, well, we're going to find out. Only got a yard.
Oh, he'll go for this. He just had a 4th down play to beat him a week ago.
Line of scrimmage at 37, just outside the 37.
Badgers, go beat the Badgers.
That much on 4th down.
Well, they're not going to run the Bush push, are they?
Not from the shotgun. Marks, first down and then some. Holding on to the football with both hands.
Good job by that USC offensive line. I mean, we talked about them all last week, and they couldn't get it done. But this time, right up the gut, they pull and kick it out. That's the way to do it. If you're going to run inside, you went right inside. Nice block that time. I think it was Pregnon, number 70, that got that block.
Yep. Quentin Joyner in the backfield now. First down at the 32 for the Trojans. Play fake on the RPO. Deep ball coming from Moss. Got it. Corner of the end zone. Jacoby Lane. Touchdown USC.
Holy cow. I mean,
how did he tuck that one in there?
He was covered. I don't think you can throw it any better. I don't think you can cover it any better. And I don't think you can catch it any better than this.
In between two guys, a 32-yard touchdown.
Let's make sure he has it.
Got it all the way.
He kind of double caught it there. Are they going to take a look?
Extra point coming up. Michael Lance. Up and good.
I just thought it looked like he double caught it. He catches it once, and then watch it come loose from his hand there, and he catches it again. Boy, I'm surprised they didn't watch that a few more times. I would have given that 8 or 10 looks. Now, every play is under review. We get that, but I would have given it one more.
And number 7 with his 6th touchdown pass of the year. Down reception of the year caps a 60-yard drive in just 6 plays in the first 2.5 minutes of the game. And Lincoln Riley wanted a fast start. That's what he told Jenny. He got a fast start.
Sure did.
Miller Moss on the drive, 2 out of 3, 46 yards, and the touchdown. Michael Lance to kick. Vinny Anthony back deep for Wisconsin. And the Badgers will start from the 25. First, we'll look at the touchdown.
Yeah, sometimes you can do a lot of things right. There's the matchup that Miller Moss is going to attack on the play. It does not look open. Like, should you throw that ball, but you go one-on-one. I like my guy better than your guy.
Let's bring in Gene's territory. Gene, what'd you think of the ending of this catch?
Yeah, I think these are those cases where when we slow it down so much, guys, it really looks like, you know, he's lost full possession. I agree with Gary. The ball does separate from the hands there, but I think if you run that in real time and then see that Jacoby Lane really secures this right as it comes in, snug against his body, and then a quick reset with the knee in the end zone, I don't think they would have overturned it.
All right, Jay, thanks. And the opening snap, Chez Malusi picks up 5 for Wisconsin. With Braden Locke at the controls for the Badgers. Malusi got a couple. Going to bring up 3rd down and short. Badgers going in a hurry as we took a look at our lineups presented by Wayfair. There's Braden, redshirt sophomore. As Gary said, had to come in against Alabama. Not an easy thing to do, replacing Tyler Van Dyke, who tore his ACL and is out for the season. And we wish him the best in his rehab. 3rd down and 2. Locke on a crossing route, and it's first down, Wisconsin. And might be a flag as well, or is that just a towel that came out of
I think it was, yes. Or a mouthpiece, you know, that sometimes they have those yellow mouthpieces.
Yeah, we got something yellow on the field.
So this is what you're just talking about, Braden. Just kind of make the easy throw. Make the first down throws. He doesn't have the ability like Alec Orji did a week ago to keep the defense honest with the run, so you have to keep them honest with the short pass.
There's my flag, and it's Gary's mouthpiece, and he's right. And it's right at the line of scrimmage. Somebody's going this play without one. First down, Badgers. Play action. Going deep. Down the left sideline. Man's there, and got him. In stride. And it's Vinny Anthony, touchdown, Wisconsin. Wow. Explosives on both sides to start the game.
Braden Locke gets one-on-one, picked up well. Wisconsin picks up the blitz on this one. First thing, you got to have time. All-out blitz. They're going to come from the left side. It's picked up well by the Wisconsin offense. That gives Braden time to throw it one-on-one against Covington, and you can't throw it better. Wow. Put it right in his lap.
63-yard toss And we're an extra point away from being even here in the opening 4 minutes. Nathaniel Vakos in for the point after. Up and good.
Didn't need a replay on that one, did we?
Not at all. You talk about putting two of them right on the money by both quarterbacks. Great start for both teams, unless you're playing defense, I guess. Dead even at the Coliseum here early. After this one's over, we're on a pace for about, well, a lot of points. I can't do the math. Take you back to the touchdown.
Just for you young receivers out there, you don't have to run a 4-3 to beat a guy deep. Watch Vinny Anthony on this play help his quarterback with a stutter. Just that much right there gets you open, allows the quarterback to throw that ball down, and almost like a center fielder, you just chase it down and catch it. Great route by Vinny Anthony.
Vinny's first career touchdown as a Badger. A 63-yarder to even things here at 7-7.
Nice job by that Wisconsin offensive line. That everybody did their job, and that's when big plays happen.
Branch has to let this one go as well. So this time the Trojans will start at the 25. There are no flags. They started their first drive at the 40 after the face mask penalty on the kick return. So both teams off to blazing starts and both quarterbacks with hot hands. And Miller Moss brings the Trojans out for the second time.
So the challenge, I think, for this Wisconsin defense is with the way that the edge rushers for Michigan really hurt those offensive tackles. How does this Wisconsin defense take advantage of the weakness for that offensive tackle system for USC?
That would be Lowry and Peterson for the most part coming off the edge. Woody Marks the tailback. Snap, bobble a little bit by Moss. He reloads, and he's going to get caught from behind. Actually won't be a sack because he got about a yard out of that. John Pius brought him down.
Yeah, so here's the game right here. If you need to help your tackle, help them with your back in this situation. That's what they do. Help that offensive tackle, get a chip to the outside, clean pocket, nobody open. And Moss is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Picked up one at 2nd down and 9. Moss blitz coming late. Over the middle, a little low, but did Marks catch it? He did. It'll bring up 3rd down. And maybe not.
Yeah, that
looks like he might have trapped
like
it.
The ground helped him a little bit. That's one that could be reviewed. There's a big difference between 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 9.
No doubt. And I guess they're not going to look at it. 3rd down and 5.
Maybe the piece broke. Maybe there's something.
Marks in motion out of the backfield. Moss got a wide open Branch on the run, and he's got great speed. They track him down, but it's 1st down Trojans.
Yeah, the little mesh play. If you're going to get man-to-man coverage, and that's what they got from Wisconsin, you're just going to mesh across. You got a receiver coming from the outside. It's receiver. You mesh him off. Get the ball in your game breaker. Get him some yards after catch. And Zachary Branch, that's the guy they got to get off in this explosive offense for USC.
Xavier Lucas is the guy that tracked him down. A pickup of 16, though. So 1st down at the 46. Moss down the middle and complete. A little bit short of the 1st down, but got it to his tight end Kyle Ford.
Here's what the Lincoln Riley offense does. You put a back in motion, watch, no adjustment, just a widening out of the defense. You know it's a zone coverage. You've got your little hooks in there, throw it in the middle of the zone, completion.
Kyle Ford, actually a wide receiver. I might have said tight end. Picks up the 1st down at the 44. Little stutter step, broke one tackle, but not the second. Leon Lowry with the tackle at the 8-minute mark of the 1st quarter. If you just joined us, 2 quick touchdown passes, one by Miller Moss, one by Braden Locke. And Lincoln Riley's Trojans on the move again. Second down and 7. In Badger territory at the 41-yard line. Nice mix of run and pass so far on this drive. Moss going to get hit as he throws. Incomplete, intended for Branch. And he picks himself off the turf as he did so many times in Ann Arbor last week.
I think that was Jake Chaney, number 1, that got him. You can feel that coming from the middle linebacker spot right at you. Good job by Moss hanging in there. A little bit of a delayed blitz that kind of caught the offensive line, but he got in there, and that changed the throw just enough. Affect the quarterback. You don't have to sack him, but you must affect Miller Moss.
Third down and 7 now. Trojans 42% of their third down conversion so far in this early season. Moss, plenty of time this time. Throws a dart down the middle, but it's dropped.
There's the easy play that the wide receivers for USC are not making. They make the great catch for the touchdown.
Yep.
And they drop the easy first down pass over the middle.
Jay Fair doesn't handle that one and should have. So that'll bring out the punting unit. Eddie Czapleski set to punt away. Preston Zachman back deep for the Badgers. Czapleski, ooh, they got close to that one. And fair catch taken around the 11-yard line. So the Badgers have it back on offense. Little past the midway point of the first quarter. 7:15 to go. First, Badgers 2,000-mile trip.
Making first downs, playing clean football, and all of a sudden Braden hits a fade for a touchdown.
Darian Dupree, will he be the next in a long line? Here's the freshman, and he goes for almost 10. In fact, they're going to give him the first down.
Do you think it will be by committee? I think you'll see at least 4 running backs for Wisconsin. I talked to Luke Fickle. I said, how about those running backs? He said, we need them all.
This one broken up. Will Pauling, the intended receiver, their leading receiver.
Yeah, and he's the leader in targets, too. If you're playing defense against Wisconsin, especially on third down, you have to know where number 6 was. Not an accurate pass on one of those quick screens. You're at the mercy of that ball being thrown accurately, or one of those DBs are coming after you.
So second down and 10 as you look in on a packed Coliseum in Los Angeles. Keep it on the ground. Dupree again. And about 3 more behind the offensive line of Wisconsin. Lincoln Riley said these are going to be the biggest guys that we have seen on the offensive front probably all year. That's been the case, as Gary mentioned a moment ago. You get those big eaters up front and then a tailback that can carry the mail, and that's been a successful process for Wisconsin. There they are, the big fellas. Third down and 7. This will be in pass protection, we expect.
There's that crowded look up front, giving them a look at 6 potential rushers. See how many they bring. They bring 5.
Locke, the throw is behind his intended receiver, Vinny Anthony, who he threw the touchdown to. And it's punting time for the Badgers.
A little different look. You know, last week against Michigan, not a lot of fancy stuff because Michigan wasn't going to throw. This time, a little different look. And again, ball behind, as Ness said. If that's online, I think you got a chance to make a first down.
No doubt. Brings out Atticus Bertram's, averaging a little over 43 a punt so far this year. Zachariah Branch waits back around the 35-yard line. The Aussie kick is kind of a line drive, and it took a great bounce. Wow, this is going down inside the 5 to the 1-yard line.
That's better than great.
Waller down there, the starting safety, downs it at the 1. A 74-yard punt.
Well, I'll tell you, they got fast grass here, and that was like a fast grass punt.
.org/Abbott. 1-yard line is where USC will start after the 74-yard punt from Atticus Bertram's One of those guys out of Pro Kick Australia. I thought that punt was going all the way to Sydney, but Ford finally stopped at the 1-yard line. Tough spot for Miller Moss and company, trying to bang it out of there. Got about 1.5 yards for Brian Jackson. This field is beautiful. Gary, you're down there yesterday.
It is. I mean, I almost was thinking, you know, CBS, the network of golf. I mean, Dottie Pepper could kind of do a report on this one, just how fast the step meter is, because that is fast grass.
You said it was fast grab. You could probably putt one from
right.
one goal line to the other, and that punt, not putt, but punt almost did go coast to coast. A little bit of breathing room, but Moss still in his own end zone.
Great penetration. Elijah Hills that time. Watch him just attack the line of scrimmage. This is nightmares of Michigan's defensive line. Right across to make the play. Just blows up the play.
Doesn't get credit for the tackle, but certainly blew up the play, as Gary said, and that puts USC in a tough spot. And you throw from your own end zone on 3rd down and 9.
Well, I would trust Miller Moss. I'll say that. And you don't want to punt from back here either, right?
Yeah. Well, they're going to keep it on the ground. Oh, they got an opening, and they got a 1st down. Woody Marks.
That is disappointing for Badger defense. You're known for stopping the run, the pride of that defense, and USC running the ball out from their end zone. Remember, they just had a tackle basically for a loss, and they come back with that counter. Good job pulling around. I think it was Cade Eldridge, number 88, got the block.
Great block. Marks for a tough couple more.
That was impressive.
Aaron Witt, who made the stop at near the goal line, made another one.
That's one of those drive starters right there where you come back and gain confidence with a play like that.
Witt, linebacker out of Winona, Minnesota. 4-minute mark, first quarter. Tied at 7. Empty backfield now for Miller Moss on 2nd down and 8. 3 receivers up top now. They're going to have a back come to join, and that's Quentin Joyner. Moss under pressure, got it away and completes it. 1st down. Kyron Hudson this time.
Again, a free rusher. No one blocks the blitzing linebacker for Wisconsin, but Miller Moss so quick. So quick. I think it's right here is going to be the free rusher. It might be 8 instead of 4. Whoever it is, oh yes, completely unblocked. It was Leon Lowry that came and just quickly out of his hand.
So they go from their own 1-yard line. And they have it now out to the 23. Little room to breathe. Joyner stays with Moss in the gun, and now will empty the backfield. Moss, plenty of time. Oh, one-handed catch, but it's going to be a loss. Kyron Hudson caught it with one hand, but lost 2 yards on the reception.
Well, I thought this should have been called a pick. I don't know if it was completed behind the line of scrimmage, but watched the pick coming across right over here by number 1, Zechariah Branch. Watch him come and basically block. Right there. See that? Yeah, the ball was completed behind the line of scrimmage. That's why no call.
So loss of a couple, 2nd down and 12. Joyner still going. About a yard short. Let's get down to Jenny.
Yeah, Badgers nickel Max Lofi. He's been in the locker room for the last 10 minutes. It's an upper body injury, a questionable return, guys. We're going to see Austin Brown in that spot.
All right, thanks, Jenny. Lofi, who they expected to play a lot.
Yes, and match up against Branch, too. He's their best slot matchup. I think it'll force more zone coverage from Wisconsin.
3rd down and a yard. Quentin Joyner. Nope, there's going to be Moss who kept it. He had me fooled, Miller Moss, and maybe a late hit. There comes the flag.
It did. You get a late hit near the home field bench, for the ball carrier's bench, and you got a good chance of getting a call. It's one thing fooling Ness. It's another thing fooling the 10 guys for the Badgers.
Preston Zachman.
It was a late hit. Very light.
So
they might pick this up.
There's no foul on the play.
Wow.
The contact was deemed legal. 1st down.
All right, Gary, you called it.
That's 1 for 6, I think, so far today.
Gene, what do you think of that call?
I like what Gary did. I think he's right on top of it. I thought the defender committed also right as Miller Moss was going down. So he actually is committed to the tackle there and really didn't deliver a hard blow to the head neck area or anything like that. So I'm with Gary on this one, Brad.
All right, that's good. Glad that you guys can get along. Still a first down at the 41. Bouncing outside is Joyner. Good run by Quentin Joyner.
You know, you ask your edges, Daryl Peterson, to take on the block and bounce it outside. Watch, he does a good job taking on the pulling offensive line, bounces it outside, but where are those linebackers? Nobody to come in and clean up. Peterson does his job bouncing it out, but no linebacker help.
Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Second down at 4. Joyner stays in there with Moss, who's going to throw deep. Miller Moss intercepted, picked off by Preston Zachman.
Second interception of the year, and again pressure inside by Elijah Hills, number 94. Watch, inside pressure pushing right into the lap. Miller Moss can feel it. He's got to get rid of it early. Steps into it, doesn't really get a lot on it. And then to the outside, Zachman's good coverage and fights with it and stays with it. Nice job on defense. As a quarterback, you're going one-on-one. I just threw one the other way for a touchdown. This time, the defense wins.
Zachman, who had an interception in overtime to beat Nebraska last year, has a big one here to stop a Trojan drive. Braden Locke back to work. Double clutches. Throws this one to the sideline.
Yep.
Kekahuna was the intended receiver, but Locke just let that one fly. Miller Moss, who threw a pick 6 last week against Michigan. Part of their loss, 27-24. And now one here on the home field today. Malusi, the tailback, Locke in the shotgun. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Locke waits and waits. Fires too deep. Incomplete. Intended for Kekahuna again.
I think we got a man downfield. I think maybe there was an eligible receiver downfield on the play. An eligible lineman, excuse me, down play. Probably be declined.
Larry Smith looking to the sideline, our referee. Not to be confused with Larry Smith, who used to be the coach here at USC.
Ineligible player downfield. Offense, number 38. That penalty is declined. Third down.
Just as Gary said.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was a drop back pass. So I wonder how, you know, it wasn't a play action pass. That's usually when that happens. Right. And 38, by the way, is a tight end. Right. So he must have lined up in an ineligible spot for him to be called downfield. An illegal formation for him to go out for a pass. Excuse me, Brad.
Third down and 10. Locke swing pass out on the flat. Got it to Acker. Acker short of the first down and gets up limping a little bit. That might bring our first quarter to a close.
Yeah, this was a throw to one player only. All the receivers are downfield blocking on this play. Zion Branch is going to come up and make the play in the tackle, and kind of hurt. Running back comes up a bit stung on this play.
AT&T pilot cam hits the deck as the first quarter comes to a close. Started off with some fireworks with touchdowns. It's Bertram's, whose last one went 74 yards on the roll. Zachariah Branch still looking for a chance to field one, and it might have gone between his legs. I don't know if he touched it or not, but Wisconsin's got it right now.
I don't know if Branch did, but the next player for USC did for sure.
Big mistake on special teams by the Trojans.
So all the coaching for Zachariah Branch to make more plays as a punt returner kind of gets in your head, and you take an unnecessary gamble, right? And then after that, the Trojans kind of, say, oh, he touched it, and then they kind of panic and go for it. Did he touch it?
Oh, I think the right finger, or maybe it hit his rear end on the way through, one of the two. At any rate, here's another look. The trajectory of the ball changed
I don't know, Ness, but for sure the Trojans thought it was, and then the second Trojan for sure touches it.
I think Branch thought too, because he chased the ball as much as anybody. We'll take another look here in a second, or maybe we won't have time. Wisconsin might score instead, and they do. Touchdown, Tawee Walker.
I'm always in favor of showing a touchdown than one more look at a fumble on a
Well, they took advantage of it, I'll say that much, for the Badgers.
Again, this is what set it up. An aggressive attempt to catch the ball. Did he touch it? I don't know, to tell you the truth. Could have or not, didn't matter, because the next player did. And then the next play, a well-blocked play and a missed tackle by Jalen Smith. One of those bugaboos. A missed tackle that popped up again.
Extra point. Vaco's up and good. Talk about taking advantage of a turnover on special teams.
I think that Wisconsin's going to think about punting earlier in the series.
It seems to be working.
It seems to be working very well.
Garrett joins us right now. Zachariah Branch on the punt return. Let's take you back one more time. Gene?
Now, look, regardless, and Gary set this up great before the commercial, regardless of whether this was touched, we definitely know that it was touched by a USC player first, which really matters right here. Now, I guess the real question is, did this USC player think that it hit Branch, so he goes after the football? But at that point, once USC is first to touch that punt, now it's a live ball. It's still a punt, but it's a turnover when Wisconsin possesses it. And to break the tie for you two, I think it did hit the back of his leg, Brad. So I'm going with you on the back of the leg.
I got a lot of money on the table here. Be careful where you go with it.
I don't know where you got that much money, but thank you, Gene. And I would almost guarantee you Zachariah Branch would probably like to field this kick right now, unless it's way deep.
I got one more question on this for Gene. Oh, out of bounds.
That goes out of bounds, so he did that.
One more question, Gene. It was not called by the official that it touched Zachariah Branch. Do you think it would have been overturned?
Kicked out of bounds
on the replay? That's my question for Gene.
That's a really good question.
I think I can still win this.
And I think you might be able to win it on that technicality of 100% conclusive, right, Gary? I mean, we're doing hunch talk here now, back and forth a little bit.
This is my 15th
in an official
year
review, I'm with you, man.
He's always trying to justify things, Gene. Just leave it alone. I was right, and so were you.
Gene, one more thing here. I've been with Ness for 15 years. He'll never pay on that technical.
You know I won't.
We're giving him a little W, Ness. Just a little W.
Okay. All right. Well, either way, Vinny Anthony, by the way, is the guy that recovered the fumble, and he had the touchdown earlier, so two big plays by him for the Badgers. That led to the 18-yard scoring run, and that's where we are, 14-7. So now Trojans playing from behind for the first time. Moss down the middle. Branch on the run. Zachariah Branch, big gainer. So he got a little bit of love back.
So Ness told you about Max Lofi being out of post. Jenny said, so you're going to get zone, and Zachariah Branch finds the middle of the zone. And right now, USC confidently believes that Wisconsin can't play man-to-man, and the quarterback's going, I'm confident I can split those linebackers.
Lofi trying to warm up over there on the bike. Meanwhile, a 25-yard pickup for Branch. On the throw and catch from Moss to the 40-yard line. This one's blown dead. With a flag down. Going to go against the Trojans.
Offside. Offense, number 81. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jenny?
Yeah, you just saw Max Lofi down there on the bike. He was in the locker room for 27 minutes in total. Again, it's an upper body injury. You see the back brace on as well. He's just doing drills on the sideline. I'll keep you posted when I get more info, guys.
27 minutes. She's right on it, isn't she? There he is. No helmet, but looks like he'd like to come back.
Yeah, they need him, too.
So the offside lining up was Kyle Ford, making it first down at 15 at the Badger 45. Moss got back to the line of scrimmage. You got a couple.
That one wasn't designed. That was a mess up. Interesting. Lincoln Riley makes the decision, as much as Elijah Page struggled at left tackle. When he made the switch to Murphy moving over, he's gone back to Page at left tackle and Murphy at right tackle. He's gone back to his original starters in the offensive line.
The look behind Miller Moss. Second down at 13. Marks, tough run. Got it inside the 40 near the 38.
Talking about that offensive line, I said for this offensive line, could they give Miller Moss one more second to throw than they did last week, and he'll be successful. That's job one. And now here on third and what, 8 or 9?
Third down at 8.
Yep. Can they get this in position to go for it on fourth down?
Oh, Wisconsin could be a free play.
Happened.
Moss.
Holy cow.
One-handed grab.
Talk about Wisconsin needing a clean game. Those are the type of penalties that kill you.
Defense, number 7. Calls in the offensive player to move. 5-yard penalty, third down.
That's the second one on Thomas.
It is.
There you see it, the left side of your screen.
Lines up at linebacker, sometimes inside, edge a lot when they go to that bear look to the outside. There's an edge rusher.
Going to line up on the bench right now after that penalty. Third down, it's short now. And the Badgers a man short. Or are they?
So USC substituted, and Wisconsin went with a really late substitute.
I've never seen one that late.
That's going to force a timeout, or at least an objection from Lincoln Riley that you're only allowed 3 seconds. And we should bring that in, Gene, on this one to clarify. Once they substitute, Wisconsin has 3 seconds to substitute. Seems like they went a little longer than 3 seconds.
Definitely say that. A little over 12 minutes first half.
By USC. A reasonable amount of time, 3 seconds. It's like Shaq in the lane. Shaq was always in the lane more than it was a way late substitution. Forced a timeout for USC.
Third down and 3 after the timeout. Moss rolls, throws, connects. First down. Got it to Walker Lyons.
It was a good decision for a timeout, though, by Lincoln Riley. He needed to keep that ball in position to make an easy throw for the first down.
The drive stays alive inside the Badger 30-yard line. Nice catch by Lyons. 10 first downs for the Trojans. Wisconsin hasn't had to need that many timeouts because they scored on one play on their last possession. Moss over the middle, a little bit low, but Marks.
This Wisconsin defense is starting to get some pressure. We saw it a few times in the first quarter. They're not getting the sacks, but they are getting in. That's been one of the problems for the Wisconsin defense, putting pressure on the quarterback. Witt does a nice job that time, getting in the face and not getting a roughing the passer.
Just a short pickup. Second down and 6. Look at the time of possession difference.
Yeah, the punt really changed.
Yeah, sure did.
I'll tell you, Elijah Hills is having a good football game. The transfer from Albany. Another play inside, playing physical football against this offensive line for USC.
So another third down and manageable here for the Trojans with 10:40 to go in the half. Right now, an empty set for Miller Moss. Here comes the heat again. Down the middle, a little bit short. Jacoby Lane, I think, is about a yard shy of the first down.
They went empty nest, and what did they do with the empty? They put a guy here and a guy there. Watch this. They both chip and help the tackles. Marks on one side and Eldridge on the other to help get the ball off.
It's fourth down and a yard. And the Trojans will go for it, as they did earlier. Woody marks. And flags fly.
Remember the new rule that a shift that draws off the offense could be the other way.
False start.
Nope.
Offense, number 77.
I call it the
Penalty.
Georgia shift. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, for years they were drawing people off.
Well, that changes the whole system now. Instead of going for it, they'll bring out the field goal unit.
The defensive line shifts over, and that brings the flinch just enough by Noah.
And that'll bring out Michael Lance. 5 out of 6 on the year. His long 35, as you see. Well, this will be a 41-yard field goal attempt. The Georgia Southern transfer with a kick on the way, and it's perfect. 41-yard field goal by Lance. Trojans were looking to tie it up with a touchdown. They had to settle for 3. 9:43 remaining first half. The Badgers, the Trojans, return to another exciting new episode of Survivor this Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. 41-yard drive in 8 plays, 5 minutes for the Trojans. Penalty or two kind of slowed things down. They had to settle for a 41-yard field goal. Got the lead to 14-10.
Yeah, we pointed out that time of possession and things are going on at 30 to 12 plays. Wow. Right now, the Wisconsin needs to slow it down and make a few first downs and give that defense a rest.
Lance, who just hit the field goal to kick. And the Badgers will bring it out to the 25. A few missed tackles again today, Gary.
Yeah, last week against Michigan, 157 of the 290 rush yards were on 3 plays, and missed tackles on the last one might have cost them their football game. Putting it in position for that late touchdown by Michigan. So far today, big play on the pass, another big play, and then here Jalen Smith doesn't quite come up. That was a tough play there. He had to avoid the blocker and make it, but nonetheless, it's been the big plays, the turnover, and the long pass play that has bit this USC football team.
So now the Badgers go to work, and they'll go to the ground. Yakimelli. Check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, the motto of this Badgers offense is every play has its own life. Coach Longo has been preaching it since spring ball. He said that the guys can play themselves into trouble by getting too comfortable. And guys, Braden Locke said it reminds him that just because a play worked in the past or maybe it didn't, doesn't mean it's going to play out that same way in the game, encouraging him to take it one snap at a time.
Yeah, Phil, with the communication, you know, get down to the 15-second mark with your quarterback. He said, by the time I call the play and he runs the play, I call it the twilight zone. What's going to happen, we'll see. In this case, Tyree Walker for the first down run.
Yeah, and the guy we really haven't called much in this game is your star, Eric Gentry,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
And there hadn't been a lot of plays. We'll say that.
Yeah,
for him to...
he can't make them all.
Exactly. But then 2 good runs right there. And now here's the Phil Longo offense, okay, going fast when maybe this Badger team needs to play a little clock here for their defense. Complementary football is what you may need here.
Phil Longo always associated with the air raid offense, but this is a different version. Everybody has their own version. They are going to air it here. And caught, but out of bounds, I think.
Maybe not.
Bryson Green thinks he's got it.
Yep. Now remember, going backwards, it's not just a toe. You got to get the heel in as well. Did he do it? Underthrown ball, defense is at the mercy.
Ooh.
I think he did. I think his
Yes,
left foot. I think his left foot came down. Yes.
Wow, he got them both heels down. Good call, Gare. Now to Walker again.
That was obviously not a great throw, but when you put it up in the air, your guy with a little shove has the advantage, and he did take advantage of it that time.
35-yard pickup to get them where they are with the lead and driving at the Trojan 26-yard line. Second down and 7. Locke rips it down the middle. Complete to Pauling, his first catch. Their leading receiver.
That's their guy right there. That's their go-to guy. It wasn't a perfect pass, but it was in maybe the only hole that Locke had an opportunity to throw it to, and he zipped this one. This is his best throw, and that was perfect great job by the receiver helping out the team, and the quarterback right there, right by the middle linebacker, Macarenas Arnold.
The Badgers back in the red zone. Only had the ball 6 minutes, so they've got the lead. They're looking for more. This is the tight end. He might get the first down.
All right, give Phil Longo credit on this one, okay? Everybody's talking about, oh, we just want to ground and pound the way we've always done it. Well, this time, look at this play. They mesh the two backs. USC completely has no idea where the ball is that time, and you drop it out to the tight end.
Riley Nowakowski fighting for extra yardage from our pylon cam. And you see he's got it down to first and... Nope, it's not first and goal. Second down and 1.
Beautifully set up play by offensive coordinator Phil Longo on that one.
They can get a first down at the 3. They're 4 yards away from the end zone. And they've got the 4 yards for the touchdown. Tawi Walker.
That veteran offensive line finished off this play in Badger football style. Look at this hole.
Oh. Barely touched was Walker.
I think USC might only have 9 players out there right now.
They get pushed around a little bit. The extra point is good.
Well, they did it with 10 last week.
They did it. Capping a 75-yard drive in 7 plays. The big pass play to Bryson Green, and Tawi Walker hits pay dirt for the Badgers. To 10.
And we talked about what Braden Cook could bring. A little bit more passing game, opening up the running game. It's worked.
Kickoff, line drive up the back of the end zone.
Talk about the beautiful call, play before the touchdown by offense. Watch the mesh coming across here, and this confuses that linebacker group. They crisscross, and all of a sudden, bang, there's the easiest throw you could have. And the next play, they just go back to Badger football. Blow them off the line of scrimmage, and they clean it. Can't get a bigger hole than that.
Nope.
Phil Longo has been under some critique. Hey, when modern day football, with all the talk shows and social media, if you don't score a touchdown every other drive, offensive coordinator's under a lot of pressure.
So let's see if the Trojans can answer here before halftime. Moss got it out to the tight end again. And Walker Lyons, remember, Trojans are playing without their normal starting tight end, Lake McCree, who was hurt his knee in the game against Michigan last week. They hope to get him back.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not a season-ending injury.
Yeah, that's good news.
There's Lake.
Right? We all thought the worst there. He had the brace on the other knee before for the football game.
And some other missing Trojans as well, starters or contributors. End around by Branch. Got a block from Moss. Zachariah Branch doesn't get another one downfield, but still got a good gain on it.
Then kind of the word from the USC faithful is, how do you get explosive plays? How do you get the ball to Zachariah Branch? This time reverse, successful.
Picked up the first down just inside the 47-yard line. USC 2 timeouts remaining. Hadn't used one earlier on that substitution. Moss throws on the run. He throws a dart and a nice catch by Kyron Hudson.
Kyron Hudson coming clean across the formation, and again Miller Moss, with a guy in his face, makes another great move. I thought he almost dribbled it back to himself, but he double caught it just as he was getting. And look at that throw, by the way. Curtis is right in the face of Miller Moss. Only thing you can say about that, he had a lot of practice with guys in his face, right?
13 out of 17 he did against Michigan. He got knocked down and hung in there every play, and he's having another good first half here. He'll throw again, maybe, and does late.
Again, that pressure that was so badly needed. It had been missing so far from this Badger defense. But this time, just enough pressure. Miller Moss shakes loose on the play here, but no time to really get a good trigger and aim. He just had to get rid of it.
Well, he's nifty in the pocket, isn't
Yes,
he?
yes.
You know, we were talking about the difference. You take over for a guy like Caleb Williams, #1 draft choice of the Bears and a Heisman Trophy winner and all that. Different style, but he gets it done, man.
Yep. He's a 3-foot scrambler instead of 53-yard wide scrambler like Caleb Williams was. And is, by the way.
Play clock winding down. Just got it away. Moss. Down the middle.
Oh man. That's going to
Jacoby
be
Lane.
that's
And
going to be
then
looked at. Yep.
glad his head's not in that.
That's the third great catch we've seen Jacoby Lane make. The touchdown last week, the touchdown this week, and watch this one because I think it's Hunter Wohler, number 34, that 24, excuse me, that lays the lumber. And he got it with his shoulder.
I think he did.
Yes, that was a clean hit.
Fans don't like it, but it's
That was the
shoulder
shoulder to shoulder. That was a clean hit.
Jacoby's lid comes off, but he somehow holds on.
Well, it was a little high, though. He's defenseless, and it was close.
Waller, the all Big Ten safety, first down. Back to the ground. Ryan Jackson for a couple. So we approach 4 minutes.
That was up in that head and neck area. I'd be curious to see what Gene thought about that.
Let's find out what Gene thought about it.
You know what, guys? I felt like it was a good hit. I think he does get some of the helmet, but I think the initiating contact is in that shoulder with that upper bicep and shoulder.
And Gene
I like the no
launches.
call.
And he launches, though,
He did
too.
launch, and that was an indicator, Gary. You're right about that. So those are the indicators when you're looking at that. But I really thought like the initial contact was at the shoulder, some hit to the head and neck, but I don't think it was initiated directly at it.
2nd and 8. Look out from behind. The ball is out. Wisconsin's got it. Moss with a fumble.
I think it was Peterson, number 17, that came around the edge.
Ben Barton recovered it, I think.
I think this time Peters comes from the second level, the linebacker level. I think he's back here coming around. Yes, that confuses the protection for USC. That time Page gets off too late for the sack. Boy, 3 turnovers first half.
Killing him. And Ben Barton.
It's a whole question. Could this Wisconsin pass rush affect Miller Moss? And they have.
Badgers going back to work with the lead and the ball.
You know, I watched that Alabama game, and they got away with the Badgers with too many turnovers. Early in that game, they were moving it pretty effectively.
Yep.
Then the game got away from them. It was over. They couldn't play Badger football. This game, with that early touchdown, they've been able to stay with their offense comfortably.
That's what the Badger faithful that have made the 2,000-mile trip are thinking right now in the sunshine of Southern California. 21-10 lead. They'll keep it on the ground. And a flag flies in. Might have a holding call this time on Wisconsin.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense, number 99. 15-yard penalty from Nate on the run. Automatic. First down.
All right, that's on the defense on Nate Clifton.
That's where they usually throw that holding unless somebody's got their hand up there, right?
That's what happened.
And that's big for this Wisconsin football team with the clock at 2:47. Remember, they get the ball to start the second half as well.
And we got the 2-minute timeout upcoming, and Wisconsin's got all their timeouts. So plenty of time for the Badgers to chew away at the Trojans.
Relax, right?
Yep.
No hurry yet.
Here comes a blitz. And it almost paid off, but he got away. And Malusi eluded that first guy that came flying in from the secondary. There's more college football over on CBS Sports Network. Don't miss the Mountain West matchup between Air Force and Wyoming. That's tonight at 8 Eastern. So we're working our way down to that 2-minute timeout. Wisconsin doesn't have to snap it if they don't.
I think they're just going to try to get a cheap 5 yards while drawing them off sides. Didn't work.
Look at that time of possession. Doesn't matter at all. It's a deceiving statistic. Almost 20 minutes for the Trojans of Lincoln Riley, but they're down by 11.
I would say one turnover equals about 3 or 4 minutes, and that's what the difference has been.
Good point.
And they saw havoc created up front by that great Michigan defensive line, and they are taking the challenge, and they are doing their job in this football game today. Whether it's against the run or the pass, they are causing problems up front and forcing Miller Moss to throw it just a little early, and they've already had a turnover.
Moss with an interception and now a fumble that has led to this Wisconsin drive. Nice run, full house backfield. Malusi just following that offensive line.
Is exactly what the Wisconsin coaching staff was looking for. The play's well blocked, but can our running back make 3 or 4 extra yards more than the offensive line is blocking? And that time, Ches Malusi did a great job of staying patient and finding those extra yards.
Malusi, an upperclassman, really his best season probably was 2021 when he went over 800 yards rushing.
Yeah. Out of Naples, Florida. Started out at Clemson. Fought injuries.
Barry Alvarez has probably got a group watching this game in Naples, Florida right now. Pretty happy. Snap he wasn't ready for. But still, Walker gets positive yardage.
That may be the best play Braden Luck has made in this football game. You're right. He's looking away, and boom, it's on him. And he still goes through with the play.
Wisconsin still driving. 2nd down and 8 coming up when we come back in 30 seconds. Fans, because Wisconsin has a 21-10 lead. Locked down the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Will Pauling.
Yeah, Paulie just said, man, if you'd have put that on me, I would have been able to catch it and make yards after the catch just a little wide. I mean, you don't blame anybody there, but a perfect pass would have been a big pass. Pauling go, just put that on me. Put that on me. I'll get it.
3rd down and 8.
Probably the fastest player. Reached close to 21 miles per hour in a game this year. From that slot, he's tough to cover.
Sellout crowd for the first time trying to make some noise for their defense. Hoping to get the ball back. Lock, throwback, wide out, screen dropped, incomplete. Intended for Kakahuna, who just looked away from it for a second and didn't hold it.
Did he have to lob that ball over because he got there so slow? Usually you want to get there fast. Yeah, he had to go high, and it still was tipped on the play.
Tipped by Nate Clifton. And that's why Kakahuna was having to wait on it and doesn't make the catch.
So USC has kept a timeout alive, and they're going to get the ball back. Perhaps.
Bertrams and Branch waiting on the punt. Bertrams have had 1 of 74 yards today. That rolled dead at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Wisconsin's going to go over this. They do not want to give Zachariah Branch a returnable punt right here.
Back in 30 seconds to see Branch get his hands on this punt. He's waiting for it at the 10-yard line. He's got to call fair catch, though, at around the 7. And we got a flag down.
It's not a mouth guard.
Let's take a look at the Discover Conference update. Still 6 schools undefeated, ranked in the top 25. 5 teams playing their first conference game today, including Wisconsin here. It's the second conference game
During
for
the game,
USC.
Holding, receiving team number 52. That penalty will be half the distance to the goal. First down.
Now, you mentioned those undefeated teams as a penalty, obviously, on USC. Army, Navy, and IU. You don't say that a lot undefeated this time of year, right?
And Indiana undefeated in the Big Ten. Rutgers undefeated in the Big Ten. Big win for them last night.
That's a tough football team, Rutgers.
Yeah, that was a good game.
USC's going to have to travel there to play them. That'll be a sellout. That'll be rocking.
Greg Schiano's got them going. That running back they had last night, he was tough.
Yes.
So now, for the second time today, the Trojans find themselves inside their own 5-yard line trying to muster some offense.
Remember, they have 2 timeouts. If they could get 1 incomplete pass, they might get the ball back for a late field goal try. Interesting play calling here for Lincoln Riley.
A short pass over the middle. It's going to be close to a first down. Jacoby Lane again. He's been his favorite target today.
I don't blame him. Catches everything.
Second down at about a foot. Moss, screen pass, Branch trying to get away. They'll get the first down, but that's it. Only got about 4 yards on the completion. Jake Chaney made the tackle.
Clock stops to move the chains.
And Wisconsin changing up their defensive personnel again.
They want fresh pass rushers.
There's some valuable time coming off the clock for the Trojans, who are set to go. Moss going to throw short on the run and get what he can. I don't know if he got out of bounds or not. He didn't. That's Jacoby Lane. It was right in front of the bench. I couldn't see it, but clock's still running.
This will be a design scramble this time. They invite the pass rusher inside, and they block for Miller Moss to scramble to the outside and throw. Well defended by Wisconsin.
We're all the way down to 10 seconds before this snap. Deep middle, incomplete.
See, I don't understand that one. Only a bad thing can happen right there. I mean, you get one picked off. I mean, you're not going to, there's no drive available with 10 seconds.
And with that in mind, you wouldn't think we'd see another pass. I don't know.
Now a quick run and a timeout. You got a chance to block a punt.
Hunter Waller's the guy that broke that up. 3rd down and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. And it's Joyner. Well, we got a nice gain out of it. It'll look good in the stat sheet, but it'll just bring the first half to a close. Wisconsin on the road in their Big Ten opener. Luke Fickell, great first half for his team, up 21-10.
Yeah, just remember, though, a week ago, they trailed Michigan 14-3. Sounds familiar.
Sure does. Came back and had a great half. They just lost that one to Michigan in the final minute and a half by 3. So certainly they've got the firepower to come back. Wisconsin played a cleaner first half, even though it didn't start that way. And Jenny's with Luke Fickell.
Coach, how has Locke been able to take reins of this offense and run it effectively?
I told you that he has control of this offense. The last week was a good week, but those 4 games last year were really good. He can do everything we want to do, maybe a little bit different.
This D-line has been outstanding out there. How do they continue to control the line of scrimmage?
It's a 4-quarter game. We really got to get after it. They've got too many yards, too many kind of mistakes on our part. We got to stay after this thing. It's going to be a great 4-quarter game.
Thank you.
You saw the turnover difference in margin in wins and losses. So Trojans will kick off. Wisconsin with the lead will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. And they will bring it out to the 25-yard line. Back in the booth, Brad and Gary. Jenny, you just heard of Gene in New York with us. I was going to say, what adjustments does USC have to make in the second half? But I think what I'd say is just don't turn the ball over.
Hold on the ball.
Yeah.
That'd be number 1. I think that, and they need to help their tackles. I mean, they're having problems there. For Wisconsin, I think, Locke is doing the job. You don't, as a quarterback, as a second stringer, you don't want to come in and prove and win the job. You want to win the game and then worry about the job later.
Good point. Braden Locke in a pistol set here to start the 3rd quarter, and they'll go to the ground game for a pickup of a couple. Tyree Walker, who's got 2 touchdowns rushing today with the first rush of the 3rd quarter. As you take a look at our game trends presented by the all-electric Cadillac Lyric. Braden Locke, Tyree Walker, 2nd game with a couple of rushing touchdowns. 3rd career game, I should say. Trojans 15 first downs. Big time a possession advantage, but those turnovers have killed them. And no place to hide that time. Good job by the Trojan defense to stretch it out and make the tackle and force a 3rd down and long.
Injured player down.
Ramsey, I think, is the guy shaken up.
See if we can see what happened to him. He's pounding the ground at the end of the play.
So third down and 12 is it?
Yeah, it was kind of like a hamstring type thing, right?
Ramsey
Remember, they've already lost to Keely Arnold.
Right.
One of their starters. That would be 2 safeties out of the game.
Wisconsin hasn't converted a third down this long yet today. Trojans hoping they don't here. Force a 3 and out to start the third quarter would be good for USC. Locke has enough time to throw the quick slant. There's a flag down. They're short of the first down. Vinny Anthony trying to run after the catch. Again, a penalty marker on the play.
That's an interesting spot where that flag was. I wonder if it was an illegal formation.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's too many.
Yeah, I mean, when you got, one of those receivers did not get up on the line of scrimmage. The flag is thrown way to the outside. The flag is thrown way back here. Okay? About the only thing that can happen is we got too many people in the backfield.
And so it makes a 3rd and 12, a 3rd and 17.
Yeah, now this is where Braden Locke can't be playing hero ball right here. I mean, he has not thrown an interception this season. In fact, Wisconsin has not thrown an interception this year.
He came in with 147 straight passes without throwing a pick. They walk it off back to the 18-yard line. There aren't a lot of 3rd and 17s in the playbook.
I can tell you, as being a former backup quarterback, they didn't give me a lot of opportunities to complete 3rd and 17.
Well, he's going to throw it, maybe. And incomplete. 4th down. So the 3 and out is what the Trojans were looking for, and they got it.
Yeah, and nice protection that time. Plenty of time. Braden Locke's looking. And obviously, they weren't on the same page. Remember, backup quarterback, only been working with these guys through 1 week of a bye and then 1 week of practice.
Zachariah Branch waiting on Bertram's punt. The left footer kicks it away. Branch trying to track it down. Takes the bounce out of bounds around the 32.
That's perfect, though. Again, they neutralized the punt return.
So now it's Miller Moss's turn when we come back.
Lead and Michigan steals it, but very impressed. You get knocked around for a whole half and you hang in there. He earned the respect of all Trojan fans.
There's the numbers in the second half. Part of a 3-touchdown day, and now let's see if he can lead them back on his home turf. Down 21-10.
Just one thing to be aware of as you're watching this game. That time of possession sometimes means something, but I tell you what does mean something. Wisconsin had to face 42 plays in the first half. That could be a factor in the fourth quarter of this game.
So first down at the 30. Moss, pressure coming, going deep on the sideline, just over the outstretched arms of Deuce Robinson.
Yeah, Austin Brown that time subbing in for Lofi, number 12. Number 9 this time is in man-to-man coverage, does a good job of squeezing it. It would have had to have been a perfect pass, and it was not.
So close. Second down and 10. Deuce Robinson comes all the way back from that long route and then crosses the field over to the right side of Miller Moss. Got from behind, throw is incomplete, and the heat was coming from Darrell Peterson.
Sure was. He's been a story in this game. You watch a game on TV and you see those edges making plays. Josiah Stewart last week, and then you go, let me have a try at this.
No, he was almost untouched.
That was going to be a kick out by the guard that time. It was kind of play action pass, and that time no ability for that guard to get there and help.
Alani Noah couldn't get there in time, and that blew that play up completely. Third down and 10.
Bring in some help to Chip.
Badgers late and
called it incomplete.
Yep, incomplete. Intended for Jacoby Lane again.
Very interesting play that time by Mike Tressel. He moved his best pass rusher to the other side. You're looking downfield. Good coverage again. It was a zone play, forcing another perfect pass. But you see what happened. They had good pressure from Peterson on one time. Now they switch him to the other side. You get the chip to where they thought he was going to be. He ends up on the other side. Pressure.
So Eddie Chapliski's got to kick it away. And ball is out at the end of the punt here, and the Trojans have this one.
Man, silly gamble. Was it a fair catch that he tried to do?
Tyrell Henry is the guy that mishandled it.
I don't know if he was fair catching or not. I don't think so. So 1 for 1 on punt fumbles. Let's see if he fair catch signals. He does not. Gets it.
Right,
oh, it doesn't matter. He goes right in the bread box. But he could feel the pressure. He tried to make a big play. And he took his eyes right off trying to dive. To try to get by the on-rushing gunner from USC.
And so they get one back. As Gary said, 1 for 1 on muff punts. And a golden opportunity for the Trojans here at the 30-yard line of Wisconsin. See if they can take advantage of it. Here's a direct snap to Woody Marks and a Wildcat. And a pickup of a couple as we check in with Jenny.
Coach Riley told me we need to go back to the basics offensively. He said we need to hang on to the ball and eliminate those turnovers. And defensively, he said we need to be better in the red zone. And we can't give up those big plays. Now, as far as safety, Kamari Ramsey goes, guys, he was just cramping up. He went on the bike, took in some electrolytes, told the trainer he's good to go.
Okay, Jenny, thank you for that's good news for their secondary. 2nd down and 8, empty backfield for Miller Moss.
Yeah, that was a zone key. The running back goes out, no shift with the linebacker. Miller Moss knows it's going to be zone.
He's got 5 receivers to go to, and he ripped one in and out of the hands of Kyle Ford. Isaiah for Green.
Yeah, it was for Green that time, number 3. Good zone coverage. Watch the quarterback break on the ball. Perfect tackle. Got there right as the ball was trying to be brought in by the receiver.
Perfect timing.
Yep. That's good zone defense.
So 3rd down and 8. Let's see if the Badgers defense can hold and prevent that muff punt from doing damage. Moss steps up, rips it complete. 1st down inside the 20. Jacoby Lane again. Number 8's been having a big game.
Absolutely. He's the MVP so far of this USC offense. I think he's inside here with the hook play. Might been the outside guy. I'm not exactly. No, he was the outside guy on the play. Gets it.
Now they come with a swing pass, and Branch gets upended before he even gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the defense. Waller.
One more time, Ness, the zone look. You get the look prior. There's Lane coming in. Stop. Right back at him, and a perfect throw. That's good route running again.
And a good big target at 6'4". Miller Moss is going, come on, let's get the play in here, and let's get lined up right. Branch coming from right to left. At the 18-yard line, and now Branch back in motion the other way. See if they're going to throw it to him. Nope, they come back the other way. Had him in open momentarily as tight end, and he missed him. Cade Eldridge.
Yeah, it was a delay, kind of a throwback to the sneak tight end. They went double tight end that time, did USC. And watch the tight end kind of delay and then come across. He bumps into the linebacker, or he would have been wide open on the play. Watch him bump in. Oh, yeah. Yes. Otherwise, he would have been there. And it's not like Wisconsin was playing the play. That was just, kind of dumb luck by the Badgers that time.
A big 3rd down here. 3rd and 10 for Moss and company in the red zone.
All out.
Here they come. Moss throws, delivers, complete, stretching out. They've got a flag down. Jacoby Lane got about 9, but a penalty marker on the play.
Illegal formation.
Well, we can think about this one for a second.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's the second time that's happened.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. I did not see it being weird this time. It looks like they have 6 on the line of scrimmage. I don't agree with that call. I don't think that was right. I think the official might have got confused there.
3rd and 15. Moss climbing the pocket, now rolling to throw. Throws late, and he was close to the line of scrimmage. Lane made the catch.
And now we'll find out if his toes are in. I mean, his catch radius is huge. We'll find out if his toes are long.
Good there. Good there.
How about both of them? How about both of them?
Wow. What a grab.
And he doesn't bobble it. He takes it all the way. Look at this job. Plants it, catches it right in your living room.
You mentioned he had a super catch last week. A pickup of 15 there, and it's 1st and goal. From the 7. Direct snap again to Marks. They tried that a couple of times in the Wildcat. It didn't get him anything really either time. AT&T pylon cam. You can't see enough of a play like this. Get another look at it. And then the body control. And it's a good thing those are only size 12s instead of 14s.
That's a good one. The awareness of knowing where you are on the field. You know, you can't teach that kind of.
Yeah.
Some guys just kind of feel it. And he did a perfect job of it.
2nd and goal at the 6. Moss fires.
Oh, great
Get it out of the hands of Deuce.
Great coverage that time. I think it was Austin Brown again making the play.
Deuce Robinson had his hands on it, but knocked out of there.
Yeah, Deuce Robinson, the tall wide receiver, caught the touchdown pass. It's the inside slot this time. One-on-one coverage, man-to-man. Cuts it across and makes the play. Beautiful. Well-thrown ball. Would have been a touchdown. Yeah, they got his hand in there. That was executed well by USC.
3rd down to go. Moss, the fade, got it that time. Jacoby Lane, touchdown.
Matched up against a true freshman, Xavier Lucas, that time. And this guy's a weapon, I'll tell you. I mean, look at this. It's all timing. It's all putting the ball where your 6'4" guy can get it, and their true freshman can't.
What did Wink Martindale, the Michigan defensive coordinator, call the wide receiver corps for USC?
I can't remember. Creatures.
No, I think it was Wolverines.
No.
Werewolves.
Werewolves. That's what it was.
Oh, werewolf.
They're creatures.
They are. Jacoby Lane, the werewolf, with the touchdown catch.
Well, the big 3rd down catch before the touchdown catch as well started out with the muff punt. The catch for the 3rd down play where great throw, great awareness, and then the ability to hold on to it, and then why not go back to him? You know it's man-to-man.
Caps, a 30-yard drive following the fumbled punt, and we got a hand by FedEx. As you saw, Traveler circling the field here at the Coliseum. Reminder, don't forget, later in the game, it's the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. We came in right where Traveler has his own parking spot out here outside the stadium, as obviously he should have.
It's a cool scene, right?
Cool scene. Of course, when you got a horse trailer, you got to have an extra parking spot, right? Too. So Miller Moss is throwing some darts. There's Traveler, one of the great scenes in college football.
Both teams kind of, giving away one touchdown in this game, right?
Yeah. And Wisconsin's going to return this one. Benny Anthony, who has a touchdown catch today, is not going to get to the 20. Or if he did, he got hammered right there.
Yes, remember the third down catch that Jacoby Lane made. It was toes in. Well, watch how close Miller Moss came to being toes across the line.
Oh, man.
Just remember, any part of your body that stays behind the line of scrimmage, so toes to toes for a first down.
We're getting a pedicure here.
There we go.
First down at the 20 for Wisconsin. And only about a yard for Malusi. 9-minute mark of the third quarter.
Remember, in the first half, that Michigan offense ran close for 200 yards. And then in the second half, I think on 4 straight possessions, they dead stopped them. Got nothing. Let's see if that USC defense can dial it up again here in the second half and stop this running attack. Put the pressure back on the quarterback.
They're trying to pressure him. He's going deep. He got a touchdown on this in the first quarter. Almost had a miraculous catch there by C.J. Williams.
Yeah, but Jacoby Covington that time is in perfect phase. Right in his hip, right on his hip. Stays with him, turns around, tries to grab his jersey.
Little hand fighting, but not much.
C.J. Williams, the transfer from USC, tries to grab him back, but good defense.
And again, the crowd comes to life for their defense on 3rd down and 8. And Wisconsin hasn't converted one this long so far today.
And here's that look again with the 2 inside linebackers threatening the blitz.
Block. Late throw, and he drilled it. First down, Wisconsin got it to Bryson Green.
Boy, what a nice job that time. Braden Locke felt the pocket. He moved around. What a nice route. Comes back down the stem, throws the defender away, and is delivered right in the chest. Watch him feel the pressure back to his left and then throw it backing up.
So the Badgers keep this drive moving at the 37-yard line.
Remember, Braden Locke is a transfer from Mississippi State. Was recruited by Phil Longo to go to North Carolina, but Mike Leach got him to go to Mississippi State.
Thus the air raid connection. And now on the ground, good run.
Let's put it this way. Mike Leach does not recruit quarterbacks that can't throw the football.
That's for sure. Phil Longo has said that Braden Locke is one of the smartest quarterbacks he's ever been around. Call him a savant, a word that I don't even know what it means, but I basically know what it means.
See, I always feel like that, like smart means you don't have some other stuff.
I'm standing next to you. That's why I didn't know what that meant. Exactly.
He used to say that smart player.
Second down and 4. He's going to throw this one away.
No, he's not.
Oh, no. Well, he's out of bounds, though, isn't he?
Maybe he might have got his foot in before he went out of bounds.
I guess so. I gave up on that one. C.J. Williams.
He might have been trying to throw it away, but he didn't get enough on it. Does he have the foot down?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Easy.
Oh, we moved the ball, though, again. Watch one more time. Does he move the ball after he... I think he controls it in his left hand.
Pick up a 15. I thought he was just trying to throw it to the sideline. And now back to the ground. Walker, who's getting a lot of time. Gene, let's go back to the last play.
Yeah, I think he kept it in that bottom left hand. When you looked at the replay, after he got both feet down and the right hand comes off, it felt to me like that left hand guy's sitting underneath of the football right here. And I would say there's some movement, but I'd give him control on that.
So the Badgers in Trojan territory. Play fake. Hit as he throws. This is a jump ball. And Trojans wanted offensive pass interference, I guess, is what they were looking for. Will Pauling, the intended receiver, Kamari Ramsey, is going, wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, Ramsey said, I've got that if he didn't hold me.
I mean, this one you could have called a fair catch on this.
Yeah, inside, gets grabbed just as he lets the ball go.
I see Kamari's complaint.
Yeah, his argument. I get his argument, right?
Yep. They're down at 5. Trojans loading up as if they might bring some heat on Locke.
55-yard field goal from here. Do they run the ball and try to take 2 shots at making a first down?
Play clock winding down. They got it away. Locke zips it near side. I don't know if he got the first down.
It's
very close.
Really, really close. I think he may have. I think he did.
If they give him forward progress, he had to come back to the ball a little bit.
The ball was to the left side. They got a good spot. Did Wisconsin. The ball led the receiver back behind the first down line. I think they're going to review this.
They have given them the first down right now, but they're going to take a look at things.
The receiver is across the line on the play. Okay, this would have been, it's Anthony, would have been a first down, but the ball leads him back.
Right.
And then, no, I don't think he made it if the yellow line is correct. If the yellow line is right. That's the tough part on first downs.
Let's keep Gene busy while we're sitting here talking about it from the pylon cam.
Well, I appreciate it, and I love that angle right there, right when you threw to me too, Brad, because it looks like the line to gain is the 32-yard line, and Gary's right. I think he was beyond it with his feet, but he's working himself back, which is a good move by a receiver. But I think when Anthony works himself back to the ball, he also takes himself back behind the line to gain, and then forward progress is almost stopped immediately because there's contact right away after possession. Here's a good shot there, guys. I see the ball, and there it appears it's a half yard behind the line to gain.
Yep.
Now what do you do? What do you do if you're Luke Fickell right here?
Here's a call officially from Larry Smith.
After review, first contact was made at the 32.5-yard line, which means we'll have fourth down.
That confused me a little bit, the phrasing of that. The first down catch was made short of the first down.
That's what I think he meant to say.
Yes. Come on, you're Wisconsin. You got to go for this, don't you? I mean, you didn't bring all those big guys in and all that weightlifting not to go for it on 4th and a half a yard. They're going to get the push here.
They got the full house backfield that they had earlier. They got two tight ends. They look confused.
They're going to be in shotgun here?
I guess so.
Are they going to bring a tight end in to take a snap?
High snap. And they didn't get it.
Oh.
Walker is stopped.
Yeah, I don't.
Kamari Ramsey, who thought he was interfered with earlier, just made the play.
I don't get it. They give the outside backers a short corner with no tight end there. Coming right around the edge. Gets it in the... There might be a guy in Naples that questions this call. An old coach.
The Hall of Fame coach. And a happy coach on the other side. The defense holds on 4th down at about 2 feet. And their offense has got it back when we come back trailing by 4. In that quarterback room, huh?
Nice backup quarterback.
I'd say. Well, Miller Moss now at the controls after the defense forces a stop, takes over on downs, courtesy of Kamari Ramsey.
Basically a turnover for Wisconsin, an opportunity to keep the ball.
Trojans from the 33. Woody Marks, his best run of the day, maybe a pickup of 9.
One more look, Ness, of that play. I thought it was a tight end off, but it really was. If you look here for Wisconsin, they have a guard, tackle, a tight end, and then a tight end outside. And on a play, Kamari Ramsey comes from the wide side. Basically, it was the shotgun that gave him time to get there.
Yep. 2 tight ends, number 37 and number 38 on the same side. But still, Ramsey made a great play. 2nd down and a yard. And completion to the tight end, Cade Eldridge. 1st down, USC. Just handed Gary my phone. He was talking about somebody in Naples might not like that call. We have a call and a text from Barry Alvarez.
That's not right. I'm telling you, that's not right.
Like he thought I was going to pick up. Sorry, Coach. And there's a stop on Marks, loss of a yard.
He might not be the only Wisconsin fan that didn't like that call, though.
Allegro in on a tackle. He's second down at 10 as we're approaching 4 minutes remaining third quarter. Jacoby Lane has been the star of the day on the receiving end of number 7's passes today. Empty backfield as Marks comes out to the near side. Moss in trouble. Throws and a flag down in the secondary. Pass intended for Jay Fair.
I think Austin Brown's going to get a hook call on him on that one.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 3. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Securing that time again. Was the one who got the hold. I did not see that one. I thought it was going to be on number 9.
So first down by penalty for the Trojans keeps things going with under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter at the Badger 46-yard line. Quentin Joyner, the tailback here in the shotgun with Miller Moss. He fakes it to him, and he's going to get deep on the sideline and almost caught incomplete. It was Deuce Robinson.
Roughing the passer on the play too, though.
Going to get back-to-back first downs then.
Coming from the linebacker, here's the end of the play. Battle for the ball, and then it's going to be roughing the passer.
Was deuce on deuce there, and here's the hit coming up. And helmet to helmet maybe.
There are fouls by both teams on the play.
Oh.
Ineligible receiver, downfield, number 70. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 9. Those penalties will offset, first down.
Yeah, tell Miller Moss that they should offset. He's the one that took the shot. The other guy's just downfield being...
So this time an RPO was called on the play. Emmanuel Pregna, number 70, is blocking a running play. Moss keeps the ball and goes one-on-one, and it's just one of those mistakes when you run this RPO offense. Sometimes you keep it and your linemen are downfield and they wave off that. They're going to take a look at Miller Moss now to see what, first of all, they're going to look at targeting a replay, and then they're going to look to make sure Miller Moss is okay.
My first reaction was targeting, but here's another look. Gene Steratore is with us. Everybody just join in, whoever wants to.
Wow. Man, yeah,
I was looking exactly where you guys were, too. Yeah, you know what, Gary? I see him ducking his head, too, but when Miller Moss leaves this ball, though, he turns sideways, and I'm thinking that there's a chance that Brown's left shoulder hits Miller Moss's throwing shoulder. Here's an angle where you see it. He does drop the head, but is he moving it? Boy, that's really close, guys. I don't like the flavor of the head starting to dip, though, and we know Miller Moss is defenseless, right, Garrett? By his definition,
I don't know.
He's a defenseless player.
The only thing we got to be careful of is if Brad's got any quarterbacks in his phone, they're going to be calling him, telling him it's targeting right now.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to have Brady dialing him up right now and going, that looks like targeting.
Yeah. Ooh. No foul.
Yep.
Okay. So you want to be a quarterback. That's great. Bang. Well, we saw him just keep getting up last week against Michigan. He's got up again.
Well, that time he did it himself. It was a running play called. He pulled it out.
Now empty backfield as the tight end comes over in a slot on the left side.
No middle safety. Looks.
Moss, quick throw, batted down. I think that might have been Elijah Hills who got a hand on it, or maybe Aaron Witt. Thought it was 94.
Let's take a peek. Who get it? I think it was Hills again, having a good football game. Right side of your screen, just that left hand.
Just a volleyball swipe there. Senior out of Rockaway, New Jersey, with a big paw in the face of Miller Moss. Second down and 10. When he marks, got about 3. A big third down coming up for USC. Miller Moss hurried and knocked down only 1 sack, but it seems like 5 or 6.
Got the pass rushers in. John Pius Daryl Peterson, number 0 and 17 on the edge.
3rd down and 7. Jacoby Lane up to the top of your screens, Ben. Miller Moss, #1 target so far today. 4-man rush. Going to go deep. The other direction for Deuce Robinson, and he's got it. 1st and goal, Trojans.
He's the 3rd man in. He's the slot, and he's 6 foot 6 inches. Might as well toss it up because he can go up and snag it.
That was a little too quick on the 1st and goal. They're going to spot it at the 11-yard line. Right there. 32-yard pickup for Deuce Robinson to the 11. So they can get a 1st down at the 1. 11 yards away from a touchdown and a lead. And brought down around the 8 is Woody Marks.
Right now, the way that Miller Moss is hanging in there and willing to take the hits, and what a lot of people consider the strength of this USC offense, their athletes at wide receiver are making it tough on this Wisconsin defense.
Under 2 minutes in the 3rd quarter.
Because they're getting free. Number 7 doesn't care.
Wisconsin led 21-10 at halftime. And now an opportunity for the Trojans to take the lead before the end of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd and 7, the RPO. Moss to the end zone. Jump ball. And incomplete. Both guys had a hand on it for a second.
And Woody Marks trickling out there wide open. I wonder if the coaching staff will relay that to the quarterback. Another jump ball. That time defended well, very well. Almost if he holds on to that, could have been an interception.
Isaiah Fort Green almost came down with it, but out of bounds and loose, and now 3rd down and 7.
Well, they've got 5 of them lined up everywhere. Which one's he going to throw to?
Again, they can get a 1st down at the 1. Empty backfield. Miller Moss, Wisconsin thinking about bringing some heat from the inside. Edging up there. Here they come. Moss, end zone. Touchdown, Deuce Robinson. And the Trojans take the lead.
Six-man rush. You know one's free. You only have 5 blockers up front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know you got to get rid of the ball, but you've got the big guy inside to throw the slant, one-on-one, and fight the rush, back up, and deliver.
Extra point for Michael Lance. Up and good.
6 rush, 5 block. The quarterback throws it to the tallest guy. That's a nice formula.
Deuce Robinson, the 32-yard pickup that got him close. And then Deuce Robinson, number 2, in the end zone for an 8-yard score. And a 67-yard drive in 9 plays has put USC in front at home. 24-21 USC. Deuce Robinson's 8-yard touchdown catch.
And remember on this play, Miller Moss knows he is not protected up front, but he's got a game changer to go to. And when he's in trouble, he looks for Jacoby Lane, number 8.
Modelo game changer. Boys, he had an outing today. He's taken tough catches. He's made miraculous catches, toe-touch catches, and end zone catches, including that fade in the corner. Big day for number 8. And these wide receivers, as Gary said, have been the difference right now here in the second half. 4 touchdowns on the year for Jacoby.
And he had that huge touchdown against Michigan where he cut in between the safety to make that play.
Yep.
Well,
and this time a fair catch taken by Wisconsin. Next Saturday, we've got a college football.
Be the first big challenge for number 3 Ohio State. Remember, Iowa has 21 of 22 starters returning. Lost that game to Iowa State when they had it in at least their grasp. So that will be interesting for the Buckeyes.
Now it's on Braden Locke. And Wisconsin to try to regain the lead, and they go back to the ground game and pick up about 5 from Malusi.
So only the third possession for Wisconsin in the second half. And that means those plays are going to start mounting up against this Wisconsin defense.
Yep.
Already at 63, and the most they defended in a whole game has been 56.
No gain on this one.
Well,
Bring up third down and 5, or maybe almost 6.
Danton Lynn now, the defensive coordinator for USC, had to challenge his guys. We've got to stop that running game and then allow our defensive backs to match up against the receivers. And so far, they've been able to control in the second half that running game for Wisconsin.
Might be the last play of the third quarter here. Third down at 5. Braden Locke going to flare it out in the flat, and oh man, another play by Kamari Ramsey. He's had 2 huge ones in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that might have been a misread that time by Braden Locke, thinking it was man-to-man when it was zone. The corner sitting there, almost like Miller Moss got that pass picked off for a pick six. This time he thought the corner was going to vacate. He did not vacate.
And that will bring the third quarter to a close. The final 15. And a punt coming up from Wisconsin. Zachariah Branch fields at the 20. And they cover him well. Great job by the special teams. Only about a 2-yard return. Jenny?
Well, you just saw it. The tradition of the 1932 and the 1984 Summer Olympics lives on here at the Coliseum at every home game. That Olympic torch is lit at the south end of the stadium prior to the fourth quarter. And guys, remember, and Brad, you said it at the half, it'll be lit for a third Olympics when LA hosts in 2028. A very cool tradition, guys.
Yep. Just walking in this place, all of us yesterday, we kind of just soaked it in, even in an empty stadium. You see all the Hall of Fame players in their jerseys down in that end zone where the torch is and the arches. And a packed house today on a picture-perfect day. Not a cloud in the sky. Southern California weather, man. And not only that, we got a really good football game. 24-21. USC in front. Woody Marks in the backfield with Miller Moss. He'll get the little pitch. Marks took a big hit after a pickup of about 3.
Looks like Aaron Witt is going to limp off the field, or at least now take a seat.
And
cramps, right?
Probably, yeah. Holding the backside of his right thigh. They've been out there a long time, as Gary said. The plays starting to pile up on the Wisconsin defense.
Yeah, I mean, they're substituting, the Badgers are, but those defensive backs, you can't take some players out of the game, and it starts to wear on you. Again, this Wisconsin defense only been averaging facing 53 plays again, the most 56, and they're already at 64 at the start of the fourth quarter.
Back to Jenny.
Yeah, guys, Witt is tough. The Sunday before week 1 of the Badgers season, Aaron Witt's mom, Jody, passed away after a 2.5-year battle with cancer. Witt said that football's always been his escape, so he remained in Madison. And he's shown resilience in the face of personal and professional challenges. He underwent 4 surgeries in his right foot and ankle, missed over 1,000 days due to injuries between games. But despite all those setbacks, found inspiration in his mom's support. So I'll go check on him now.
That's a great story, and he's trying to load up on some fluids on the sideline. And swing past Woody Marks, got blockers in front. Got a first down, got more than that.
Watch the little slot back Zachariah Branch. This is a screen all the way. Right side of your screen, number 1 will come in and take on the Badger defender and help until the big wide receiver, the offensive tackle gets there. There's your guy, your slot guy, weighs 165 pounds.
Sopping wet.
You got it.
Pickup of 13 and first down.
And again, that'll get noticed in the film room by his teammates.
Woody Marks, 49 straight games with a catch. That goes back to his previous stop at Mississippi State. Miller Moss, plenty of time this time. Over the middle. Got it. To Quentin Joyner. That's another Trojan first down.
And this Miller Moss guy, back-to-back weeks. I mean, holy cow. You know, he's following up a Heisman Trophy candidate, winning camp quarterback. And now you take over the reins, and everybody's watching. Are you good enough?
Right.
Are you good enough to lead us? He is good enough. Takes all those hits. The offense works. You know, when you give him time, or really not all the time he might need, he just continues to hang in there and make the plays.
Trojans right at midfield with a first down. Moss, a streak down the sideline, back shoulder, actually, and a completion to Kyron Hudson.
Yeah, the back shoulder turned into a back knee on that play. But one-on-one coverage, that's what you do. You throw it to the back side where he can stop. The defender stops a little too late and make sure he got his hands underneath it.
Yes, he did. Pick up a 21. Clock working its way down to 12 minutes. And they stopped this one. Quentin Joyner on a little toss. Flag down.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Mason Murphy, the right tackle.
Let's see if he's got it. Yep, a little flinch there. I mean, it's better than the highlights we were showing of the tackles last week.
For sure. They had a tough time with the edge guys from Michigan.
You know, you reload. You have a tough game. You get back. You work on it. You recommit. And so far, they're doing a better job in this game.
Penalties pretty even today, as you saw there. 6th one against USC. First down at 15. Moss lines up the pocket, throws a crossing route, complete. Short of the first down, but completes it to Kyle Ford.
Yeah, look at this cool play. It's a wheel that bends into the right side. Got to step up and, as Ness said, feel the pocket. He's good as this as anybody you've seen in college football. And then he kind of hits a slot wheel to the end. That was a really, really neat design play by Lincoln Riley.
They got the penalty and more back. Now it's second down and short. 303 yards and 3 touchdowns again today. 3 more scoring tosses by number 7. Blitz coming off the edge. And first down run by Quentin Joyner. Looked like he was going to get knocked down for a loss. Kept his balance.
I think Jake Chaney just got his shoe top that time coming in from the middle linebacker spot. I think he's right here. See if he doesn't get his right hand. No, he's actually inside more. Watch him reach out and just trip him up. 7-1, the 2 inside linebackers.
As you look from the end zone and now to the live action at the 16-yard line. No gain on this one. Daryl Peterson, first guy there on Woody Marks.
And it feels like a must-have stop here for the field goal, doesn't it? For this Wisconsin defense.
10-minute mark, 4th quarter.
And Lincoln Riley's thinking the opposite. He's thinking, I don't want to settle for a field goal here. How do I get this in the hands of my quarterback and one of those werewolves, as Brad referred to him?
Moss throws, Marks on the run. Short of the first down, but it'll be short yardage coming up. Hunter Waller made the tackle. 3rd down and about 2 upcoming. I'd love to get a 10-point lead here as we're under 10 minutes to go. keep it on the ground, straight ahead. Marks battling. He didn't get there.
Now it's a decision.
4th down and a yard. Chaney and Thomas combined on the stop.
The value of a 10-point lead versus a 6-point lead. Running the ball inside, I think that's the tip-off that they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Ooh, this is going to be a big play for both teams. 4th and 1. 8:40 remaining. Woody Marks in the backfield in the shotgun as they've been all day with Miller Moss. And it's Marks. No, it's Moss. And he spins his way and scores. Touchdown, USC.
Holy cow. He took another shot on this one right here. Yes, I don't know if you have... As he spins one more time, he reaches the ball out. Does he cross the line before he comes down?
Ooh, maybe not.
I don't know if you have Caleb Williams in your phone, but he might be texting you right now, being impressed with that run. Watch this one. Spins once and then lays out and spins it backhand. I think he did. I think he got to the line.
Then he hits his head
Yep.
on the landing. It'd be a 7-yard touchdown run if it stands. And apparently they're not going to look at it.
Or they did, and they thought he crossed. Here goes another time.
Of a touchdown is under further review.
Okay, finally they're going to stop it here. We're going to look right down the line. Gene Steratore with us. Gene.
What a play. I thought the second pirouette and the second spin when it was airborne there, I thought that the ball had broken the plane at that point. And if we know if it did break the plane that high up in the air, even though he may land here and it appears the ball's short, that ball just has to break the plane of the goal line at some point. I felt like that was the shot there, guys, where he would have broken the goal line there with the tip of the football.
But so far, Gene, we don't have the down the line look to confirm it. He seems like he's out of the picture here. Is that enough? Remember, it was called touchdown. There's nothing here to reverse it either, is there?
Yeah, I thought the last one, we get to the pylon shot, the ball comes into the screen, I think, right at the top of the screen as we go back to the previous shot. If we can, I think you'll see that ball right on top right now as you watch up on top of your screen. There's the ball right there. You see the official. To me, that looked like the football broke the
ruling
play.
of a touchdown is confirmed.
And you guys are right. Touchdown.
Beautiful, beautiful play no matter what.
First of all, it was a great fake to Marks, and then Moss did the rest.
He did. He had the first down, and then he made it into a touchdown.
And now they try to make it a 10-point lead. Extra point is good.
As Ness said, the fake to Marks is the big part of it. This allows the defensive end to say, I got to stop Marks coming around the corner. Goes for it, and all of a sudden Miller Moss is one-on-one, beats one, and then spins for the second one.
77-yard march in 10 plays in 6.5 minutes. This guy's thrown for 3 today, and he's flown in for 1. Touchdown USC. We thought so much of in a losing effort against Michigan last week when it was halftime 21-10, and I said, what do they have to do? Not make mistakes. I didn't know they were going to get 3 touchdowns in the last 3 drives.
Unbelievable. Down by 11, 21 straight points. The quarterback's making the play, and now this Wisconsin defense, because there's no ball control by that Badger offense, only 41 plays in the game. And we remember how Wisconsin used to control the clock, pounding ground. Well, this is how it builds up. 73 plays to 41 plays.
Time is of the essence as well. 8:22 is all that remains. And we take you back to the touchdown, and Miller Moss, who got hit on that one throw in the head, and then that landing was not good. And he was a little woozy almost, I think, as you can see the grimace on his face. Jenny?
Well, guys, he actually went over to the bench. They did some initial testing on the bench, and the trainer shook her head and then brought him to the injury tent. So it is not looking great for Miller Moss. Looking for concussion there, guys.
Okay. And as you saw, one of the USC officials waving off our camera. So he's in the tent right now. But more importantly is what Wisconsin can do now to get back in this thing with 8 minutes and change to go. And they bounce it outside on the run. And it's Tawi Walker, and he's got a first down.
Even though there's only 8 minutes to go in the game, I think the Wisconsin cannot at least go all pass. They have to continue to remember that they're Wisconsin. They're going to run the ball and kind of mix it up. But there's no hiding Braden Locke now. He's got to make some tough throws.
Yep. Pauling, their leading receiver, has done very little today. Here's the swing out in the flat to Dupree. Brought down by Greedy Vance. And Eric Gentry is the guy that's down. Had such a huge game last week against Michigan. Had a sack, had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery, and he was the leading tackler. And this time, I think he just sort of did it to himself.
Yeah, he was diving for the play to make the tackle, and all of a sudden he lands on about his forehead, right?
Yep. We'll check out Eric when we come back. By number 13 at USC anymore. 7:39 remaining in regulation. Wisconsin down by 10. With a second down at 6. Blitz coming. That one's batted down. Incomplete. Third down at 6.
Greedy Vance that time coming off the edge. Transfer from Florida State. Most plays are being made by transfers for USC. 14 out of the 2 deep of the defense. 14 transfer players are making plays for this defense on USC.
CBS Sports celebrates Hispanic and Latino pioneers of change and recognize the history, culture, traditions, and impact of these communities during Hispanic Heritage Month. Third down and 6. Blitz coming. And that one's batted in the air. And was it caught? No, it's incomplete.
It was also holding that time on Anthony Lucas. Did an inside rush, got grabbed on the play, and either way, that would not have been a successful play. I think Jack Nelson was the guy that held him. 79.
Lucas, a guy that came over, transferred from, as we say, Texas A&M.
Offense, number 79. Got penalties declined. 4th down.
And interesting that USC doesn't take the penalty here. Is it 4-down territory yet for Wisconsin? Because 4th and 6 now would have been 3rd and 16. I would have been a little worried that Wisconsin would go for it.
So Zachariah Branch trots back for the punt return from Atticus Bertrams. The Aussie left footer. Branch with a fair catch at the 15-yard line. So the Trojans have the ball, a 10-point lead, 7:19 to play in their Big Ten home opener. Hoping to hold on as they lead Wisconsin here in the 4th quarter. He's an 8 of 11 as Miller Moss, as Jenny told you, and I mentioned it during his touchdown landing, that right there.
Yeah, and that was right after he had the close call on the targeting on the pass before. So back-to-back hits.
Jaden Mayava, who we saw last year, UNLV, in the game against Michigan. And wait a minute, now Moss is coming back in. So Mayava warmed up, and apparently Miller is okay. And he's coming back out to try to lead the Trojans to victory. Up by 10. First down at the 15. Play fake, swing pass, dangerous. Joyner incomplete. And Hunter Waller was hunting on that play. Knocked it away from him.
Yeah, they're all Big Ten safety. Hunter Waller comes out. They've run this play numerous times, and Waller in that strong safety position is right on it, and I don't know what that meant. Look at me.
I don't think it would have made, I think dropping the ball was a better deal, actually.
Yes.
I think they would have lost yardage. There's numbers on Moss.
I wonder if Moss, didn't think the receiver gave him a quick look enough.
Marks for a couple. Miller Moss, we've been talking about this for 2 weeks. First of all, Michigan, and then again today. Pressure packed.
It's been all game from the first quarter on, and this guy keeps delivering. As Ness said, back-to-back weeks. That was the big hit before the touchdown run that we took to look at whether it was targeting or not, and then he spins in and slams the ball in his head into the end zone.
A little whiplash, and he just keeps getting up and keeps on throwing it. He's going to throw it again here on 3rd down and 8 to the middle of the field. Jacoby Lane, and he lost yardage, lost about 3 at his 4th down. So they didn't use a lot of clock. They'll use as much as they can here before they punt it away. But Wisconsin's going to have a pretty good amount of time to work with. All their timeouts.
Oh, yeah.
2-score game. Tyler Henry.
Remember, if you're
Tyrell Henry back to receive.
Now you got to wonder, how fast do you go? Do you go 2-minute offense right away when you get the ball back?
First of all, Eddie Czaplinski has to field this cleanly and get it out of there, standing at his own goal line. Low snap, and he got it away. Fielded at the 42. Henry, oh, what a hit he took on the special teams. Wow, there's been some hitting going on here. But he held on to it. In good field position. So you want to return punts.
Yeah, right.
Another great idea. Until that happens.
Yeah, that's a form tackle.
Sure is. And Jenny?
While I was waiting on the Miller Moss update, linebacker Eric Gentry was on the bench. The trainers were looking at his neck area. He got very emotional. They brought him into the tent, now getting carted off the field, guys.
Oh, boy. And again, he was diving to try to make a tackle and actually sort of hit his head on the turf here as well.
The previous play is under review for potential targeting.
So that's going to be on the punt return. It took a while for them to decide they wanted to look at that. So Brian Brown is our replay official. They'll send it upstairs.
He's a runner. He's not defenseless.
No, I don't think that's targeting.
I wonder if it was on the other player, though. Number 31. Was it the...
Okay, that's a form tackle, as Gary said, and there's the helmet to helmet, but coming from the backside, I don't see that as targeting, but I've lost a few of these. He was trying to wrap up, too.
Yeah, he was ducking his head, though, but, it's subjective is all I can say. Go ahead, Gene.
Well, you're right, Garrett. It is 31 they're looking at because of the lowering of the head, and we know it's the 6-inch diameter around the center of the helmet, and I think that is right on the edge if it is. I don't like that posture there, and truthfully, guys, we know why we don't like that even as much as it's batting.
There's no foul for targeting.
I thought that was a good call, but it is a dangerous technique for the tackler to be put in his head in that regard because of compression on the neck area. But I thought a good ruling of not targeting.
Thanks, Gene.
So now, Braden Locke, who's only 5 of 10 for 35 yards in this half, is going to be under the gun because we're down under 6 minutes, and the Badgers down 10. And they're going to keep it on the ground. And maybe to the 49 is Malusi. Forward progress anyway. We'll get into the 49. Wisconsin's got to show a little bit of sense of urgency here.
Yeah, and Tyree Walker's going to come in and substitute, so USC could slow this down even more by substituting if they wanted to. They don't.
Blocked.
Yeah.
And intercepted. Picked up by Mason Cobb. He might take it to the end zone. Touchdown. As I said, that number 13 jersey will get retired, but Mason Cobb said, I got to wear it for a few more games.
Yeah. Not so fast, as Lee Corso would say.
A 55-yard interception return. A pick six for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a poor throw. It was behind the receiver. It just glances off the receiver right into the hands of Mason Cobb. He's got the slot. If he throws a good ball, it's an easy completion, but it's behind the receiver and just bounces for the interception.
Second interception of the year for Cobb. This one's good for a touchdown. Michael Lance in for the point after. And now it's 28 unanswered Trojan points.
Watch the slot receiver turn out on the play. I think it was inside. That's where he's throwing the ball to. Watch it bounce to the back shoulder there, then off of Covington right over to Cobb. A double doink.
So Tekahuna was the intended receiver. It ended up being Cobb, the receiver to the end zone. Here's a look from the backside. Off his shoulder. The double doink, as Gary said. And then Cobb does the rest. Boy, what a second half for USC.
Yep, those short passes. He's been behind on a few passes today. And he's gotten burnt on that one.
Yep. So now Wisconsin down 17 and only 5 minutes left. Penalty in the end zone for the celebration, and that's why the kick is coming from where it is, which should give Wisconsin maybe an opportunity to return this. Nice kickoff, though. And they will run it back from the 9. Vinny Anthony. Vinny Anthony got an opening. Anthony, one man to beat if he can get to the sideline. And knocked out of bounds. Great return by Vinny Anthony, who's got a touchdown reception today. At least it sets up Wisconsin with a chance.
The penalty in the end zone allowed Wisconsin to cleanly get a return on this play. They've been kicking it out of the end zone all day.
A 74-yard kick return by Vinny Anthony. And Wisconsin's in the red zone just like that. So they needed a quick, explosive play. They got one. Let's see if they can get a touchdown. Blitz coming, a run blitz, and it pays off. Only about a yard gain, if that much. Here was the end zone celebration. These guys are watching the NFL too much. They don't penalize it in the NFL anymore. Lock, tough second half. And it's going to get tougher.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 57. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's on Jake Renfro. USC trying to come back from a tough loss on the road at Michigan. Now in their home field, they trailed 21-10 at halftime, and they've taken over in the second half. Lock, the out, complete. Run out of bounds at the 15's Bryson Green. Actually, they're going to put it down around the 13-yard line. 4 minutes left. Time is wasting right here.
Yeah, even though he go out of bounds, the clock keeps running.
3rd down and 5. Get a first down around the 8-yard line. Right now they're thinking points more than first downs. And another flag.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So now they're going the wrong way after the excellent kick return.
You know who USC has done a good job on in this game, Ness, is Will Pauling.
Yes.
Number 6.
He's got 1 catch, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's got 2, but 74 a year ago. They circled number 6 and have not allowed him to hurt them.
Boy, time is getting wasted. Lott to the end zone. Overshot his intended receiver, Bryson Green again.
Nicholson this time playing off. Plays the fade well. You can jam downfield as long as the ball's not thrown. And takes his hands, does not panic at the end of the play.
That one landed out of bounds. Would have taken a circus one-handed catch probably by Green to keep it in. And now it's 4th down. Last chance for the Badgers. At least on this drive. And timeout taken by USC. So that'll give Braden Locke a little bit of a chance to go down. 4th down. Badgers need a play badly. They're 0 for 1 on 4th down conversions today. This is the bigger one, and they're not going to get it. They complete the pass. But well short of a first down to Bryson Green, and Lincoln Riley says we're going to win this one at home.
Really love the look this time. This play call by Danton Lynn. He plays off. He allows him to have the slant, and you come up and tackle. You got 4th and long. You allow him nothing behind you. Let him throw in front of you. Watch the bail inside by the linebackers. They come out of the play. Let him catch it and make the strong tackle. Good defense.
Nate Clifton almost intercepted that thing on the way. And Lincoln Riley knew how big this game was coming off. He said it was a demoralizing loss. He said, I think our guys are ready. Told us, you know, you got to come back from defeats like Michigan when he didn't think they played well. And had they played better, he thought they would have won that one on the road. But to bounce back like this has been pretty impressive, especially this second half. Jaden Maaba now in at quarterback. Miller Moss Day is done. And now it's Woody Marks and company just to try to grind some clock.
Let's talk about the Wisconsin Badgers and how this loss affects them. They're 2-2. Remember, one of the losses to Alabama out of conference. They have 1 conference loss. They got Purdue coming up next. They beat them 17 consecutive times, okay? Then after that, you know, they're at Rutgers, at Northwestern, and then home for Penn State. All is not lost, but now they're going to have to go on a run.
Yep, no doubt. They're going to be falling to 2-2, and as Gary said, 0-1 in the Big Ten. Quentin Joyner in the backfield now. He'll get the carry, a little hesitation, then a first down. Would like to stay in bounds, and he didn't. I guess he did. We're going to work our way down to the 2-minute timeout. And it has arrived. 2 minutes remaining here at the Coliseum. 13th ranked Trojans of USC aren't going to hurt their number 13 ranking with this one. There's one of the stars of the day, Jacoby Lane, having an opportunity to do a little dancing.
He deserves it.
He sure does. Enjoying the moment. Happy coach, happy quarterback.
That seems to go well together.
It does.
You got a happy quarterback to coach.
So first down. And Quentin Joyner again for a couple.
You know, and that's with the lead, Wisconsin kind of cooked themselves in this game. Leading 21-10. They dropped the punt. That gives life. Now it's 21-17. Fourth down call. They get from the shotguns back-to-back plays. When they have the lead, they do not make it go, and that's all the momentum kind of shifted over to USC.
Yep, no doubt. This will be a tough one to swallow for the Badgers and their fans. CBS tomorrow, the epic climb begins when 16 strangers face off in a high-altitude game for $1 million. Don't miss a premiere episode, sneak peek of the summit tomorrow after 60 Minutes on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Well, things look a lot brighter now for USC. That tough loss at Michigan. If you look at the rest of the road games for USC, you know, at Minnesota, at Maryland, at Washington, at UCLA, USC will be favored in all those games.
And Alaba is going to try to get down and does as he headed toward the first down sticks.
And that is USC's 80th play in the game.
Wow.
32 in the first half, 38 back here. And that just wore down this Wisconsin defense. Some of it mistakes by them, but, you know, that means 2 weeks from now, Penn State coming here will be the big football game.
Well, I'm sure it'll have a sold-out crowd again today. 74,118 watched this one and watched kind of in horror in the first half as the Trojans only had 10 points and Wisconsin had the big lead, but it's all second half action was USC. Ryan Jackson.
And I'm sure Lincoln Riley will just take a knee now to finish this game off.
What a game again for this kid. 2 weeks in a row we've seen him throw 3 touchdown passes, 1 interception, but 283 yards last week, 308 yards this week, plus the rushing touchdown.
And let's just put that into perspective of modern college football. This is a guy that waited 3 years for his chance to play.
Most guys would have split.
You got it. Or would have asked for more NIL money.
One of the two. Well, his NIL money might have gone up after the last 2 weeks. He's played brilliantly. And his backup takes a knee in the victory formation. Fight on. Trojans win it with a resounding second half performance, 38-21. 6 touchdown passes for Miller Moss in the last 2 weeks.
Really felt like the Badgers were hanging tough until they didn't play the clean football finish that they needed in the second half.
So Wisconsin falls to 2-2. Trojans go to 3-1 and 1-1 in the Big Ten.
Not a bad place to be. I wouldn't mind coming back here in a couple of weeks, would you?
Yeah, that's right. For Wisconsin, 2,000-mile trip from Madison. Looked good for a half, but not for the whole game.
Don't forget to subscribe.